And here we are on Atlanta Spaceship, and down in the bottom left-hand corner is our pink Zerg player from Team FX Open Esports. It's Leenock. His opponent here at the 12 o'clock position, who's already sending an SCV across the map, is our yellow Terran player from Western Wolves, Korean Terran player Sting.
Well, Sting has done a good job of trying to react here to what Leenock typically opens with. Leenock seemed to realize this, and so he switched over into that. I'm going to actually not get gas before I get my pull, because you seem to be countering my builds. So I'm going to get unconventional. And now, look at this. Sting coming in really early, as you said. It's going to be building a proxy racks and supply depot even in Leenock's main base.
Hello. Okay. Well, this is
reminiscent of Daybreak. That's what it is, Kevin.
We're going to have a very short game one way or another, because if this gets shut down, Leenock wins. If it doesn't, Sting wins.
This is so insanely fast. Well, here comes the barracks. It's a 12 racks, notably, because the supply depot, of course, was a little late.
Well, yeah, I mean, because he had to run that SCV all the way across the map.
But Leenock is looking like he is going to go for that hatch first play, which is not a terrible thing. What would be a terrible thing is if he doesn't go for a spawning pool immediately afterwards, which, well...
15. And we'll see when this next larvae pops out, what it goes to, if it's...
I mean, he's probably going to 16 pool no matter what, like at the earliest. Question is he going to go for a gas right now? And if he does, he's, well, probably dead in all reality, because he'll just have... I mean, he's going to have to pull so much mining time. Yeah, all right. So pulls down. And will we... I don't think we'll see any SCVs, but... now, this isn't necessarily a kill move by any means. Expect Sting. I don't think... Oh, he's building a bunker, in fact. Oh, that's going to be really, really troublesome. Because you can sit there with a Marine or two, and then come in once you have 3 and really pick things off quickly. The bunker actually makes a ton of sense. As I said, it's been a while. I remember seeing this on Daybreak a long time ago.
Right.
People were doing it kind of like in the corner. Well, it was in the top right when I saw it, but...
Yeah.
Really be anywhere.
It still certainly works, though, and Leenock's not going to see a barracks up at the front.
There we go.
Yeah, it looks like this Marine is already attacking and falling back to bunker number 1, and Leenock's got to be a little bit worried.
Oh, his spawning pool is in such a bad position. I was saying earlier how this isn't necessarily a kill move as much as it is a huge harass, pain in the general ass, but...
Good move from Leenock, though, to actually chase these Marines around the side. Again, lost mining time, not the situation that he wants. Second barracks going up back at home. And more Marines are actually jumping out now to jump into this, but this is a lot less potent with just 1 Marine versus 3. Don't forget, this is only 1 barracks that's being proxied.
I still just... That spawning pool position is so bad.
Yeah.
And wow, he can even... Yeah, that's really cool.
Just move in between these bunkers?
Yep.
That's pretty sweet, actually. All right, so this is going to necessitate a ton of workers pulled out for Leenock, who is currently sitting on 13 workers to his opponent's 19.
All right, only 1 SCV here able to repair, though. Back at home, Sting has gone for a second command center.
He's actually going after gas, too. It's only 500 hit points. It's half that, what is of any other structures. Looks like now he's got to prioritize the spine crawler. This SCV's already taken a lot of damage.
Load it in.
Jump it inside, and he can't.
That was a little bit sloppy out of Sting. You can, of course, load and unload. The Marines do get caught, though.
Yeah.
And that was really, really nice for Leenock. As you pointed out earlier, Kevin, losing those 2 Marines just made things so much worse. If he had actually had the extra Marines sitting in that other bunker, it would have been a whole different story. But nice Marine positioning here, once again out of Sting. Probably even make this another Marine here.
Yeah, but now he's lost a whole lot. I mean, this did actually stabilize to the point, because so many Zerglings were made that there's still an economic disparity between our 2 players, but this is still a really rough position for... for Sting to be in, losing all these resources here. He lost those bunkers outright. They weren't canceled. That's 100 resources apiece. He loses this. He loses that. It's 450 resources on top of the 5 Marines. That alone is 800 resources on top of everything else that he's already lost in this game.
All right, Barracks is going to lift off and start heading home. Behind it, he did make 2 command centers. Very, very large economy. And Leenock is still a little clueless. He doesn't know. I'd like to make sure that he doesn't know, of course, if we check his vision, but yeah, he has no idea. Okay, so for all Leenock knows, there could be a 4 racks follow-up coming right now.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is there are 2 command centers.
That's right. We're going to see a factory here momentarily because there are, well, there should be, yeah, 6 workers on gas now. Looks like the SCVs were just pulled into that. Oh, never mind. They were going off to the right command center because it was actually a little bit closer. I was wondering. I was like, that doesn't look quite right, but that makes more sense. And he's actually just going to power ahead with 4 gas extremely early on in this game.
So, I mean, mech is definitely the route we're going to be seeing here from Sting. These gases are just so incredibly fast. As that first factory is on its way, could be starting a second one here any minute as he does have 100 gas. And there it will be.
Yeah, I mean, so mech is a really nice follow-up. I actually think that a big 2-base pressure play would actually work pretty well here, too. A lot of lings are being made for Leenock at the moment, though, and he's going to try and test the front here. There's only 6 Marines in total, and this is going to be 17 lings? Yes, it is. 17 speed lings are certainly a pretty good force.
Barracks is not in a good position to see these. The Marines are coming out really far. Leenock has speed on these lings, and he's going to be able to surround all these units.
Nice position for the Marines, though. They're tucked in here, so they're going to be a little bit more cost-effective. They are, of course, going to die, but at least they take a few more Zerglings with them, and that may be enough to be able to kind of stunt this attack, because right now, 35 SCVs, and that's it for Western Wolf Sting.
All right, 1 SCV is going to be picked off. Make it a refinery or 2 here as well. Is going to be forced to lift this command center, of course.
Right, and finally flipping around these structures so we can start to put up a couple of Hellions here in a second. But you're right, the loss of these refineries, the loss of this continued mining time, this is really rough for Sting to deal with.
Leenock following it up with a Roach Warren and a Macro Hatch, so we could have a very powerful timing attack here out of Leenock in the near future. Now, does he have a layer? Oh, wait, you know what? It's actually on the way. It's currently halfway done. So the timing of this, he's got 4 gases. He could go for drops, which is a pretty powerful maneuver. I don't see him being able to make any major plays like straight up the front door because Siege Tech could be here on a way in just a moment for Sting. Okay, well, Leenock now retreating. He's got a pretty powerful army ready, or he will have a pretty powerful army ready, though, very soon. There's 11 roaches popping out. He'll be able to destroy any sort of subsequent follow-up and actually put on additional pressure again, despite the really long walk distance of this map. And a 3rd base is going to be on the way for Leenock as well. So these look like they're just going to be some roaches for defensive purposes, because if you're going to go for a big roach attack, you really don't want the 4 gases. So we see clear reconstitution, maybe an Evo chamber or something like that. Oh, yep. Okay, so it is going to be drops. Because, yeah, as I said, 4 gas is just too much. And so this will allow him to power roaches out for a while, which makes sense with the macro hatch. And then really just gear up for a strong attack. But Sting's going to poke up here and get poked by a Spine Crawler and make his way back, as he's got a 4th base actually on the way right now. I hope he remembers this orbital command, because it's not really doing anything at the moment. It needs to be lifted over to a base or set down to be used for workers and such sometime soon. The first 11 roaches are actually poking across the map. Picks off one Hellion, I believe I saw. A few more are trying to swing in from behind, but of course it's going to run into yet more roaches and yet more Zerglings, which is probably going to raise a little bit of a flag for Sting. Yeah, a little bit. He definitely sees that there's some units here. And we're actually seeing him go for Banshees in this situation. Will the barracks be picked off? That will definitely stunt future factory construction. And he's just going to throw these units away, kill off a couple of Hellions. Not ideal, but he knows that if he retreats with this, he's just going to get hit by Banshees the whole way home. What I'm surprised by is this follow-up. He's sending Lings here in order to do some additional damage. I guess most of the Hellions have been killed, so it's not too bad of a move at all. He may be able to pick off this siege tank here that's on the low ground, but he seems to be forgetting that he has these Lings here. He's still killing more workers, too. I mean, the fact of the matter is that Sting just can't produce enough units to kill this quick enough. There are a couple of Hellions out now that are immediately going to get shot down by these roaches. Roaches actually intercepting the rest of the Hellions as they make their way out. Yes, these Banshees have been worth their weight in gold, but they're kind of just stemming the tide of what's ending up being a bad situation. 20 workers killed, now 21. It's 38 SCVs to 49 drones. And all the while, I mean, Sting's saving grace, of course, is that he has 4 orbital commands, but his opponent could just decide to make a ton of roaches and just go for a massive drop. Well, that's exactly what he's doing. I mean, I can't see the exact roach count, but he's got, yeah, all right. So he's up to 17, 17 roaches, guys. Leenock going to be going for a really strong attack as they load up into the Overlords. These Banshees are going to be out of position as they are moving out onto the map. And Sting, does he even have Siege Tech? This is actually, like, good if he doesn't. And he's not researching it. You do not want Siege Tech versus Roach drops, but it's really not going to matter here. Sting has no way to hold this off at all.
All right, these Banshees are finally starting to move back out, and of course there's 6 queens back at home, so it's not like they're going to... Oh, wait, no, hold on. 4 of the queens are actually inside of that last Overlord that I just showed you. Now Sting knows what's coming, but does he have any anti-air to deal with this? Nope. He's trying to make a Raven, he's trying to make a Thor right now, but not going to be near in time.
Yeah, he's just going to take way too much damage from this drop. It's 143 supply to 76 right now. The Banshees will be able to kill these roaches in due time. That's a very, very long amount of time, however, and Sting's going to take a lot of damage right now. Roach is getting ready to drop, Kevin.
All right, here they come. Everything starting to make its way out. I'm sure we'll see some creep drop down, too, and that's exactly what's happening. These queens have to start, oh, yeah, Dead Thor and Dead Banshees. Honestly, they're trying to be repaired up, but the Roaches are dealing with the SCVs on the ground. The Banshees all get picked off, and that's it. GG, and Sting is down. Leenock is up 4-2, just 1 game away from taking this best of 9.
Well, Kevin, Leenock has secured a lot of games that have gone out for lengthy durations, and Sting has really only cleaned up 2 very quick matches. But yeah, both of his wins were very fast.
Yeah.
And tried to go for another one there, failed to do it. Things looking pretty rough for him right now.
That's right, guys. So that is 6 games in the bag. Leenock is looking in a pretty good spot. We're actually going to move to game number 7, which is going to be on Whirlwind. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back after this.